Yo, what's up guys? So, most people think of health, happiness, and spirituality as separate, but I've come to realize that they are very connected. True health and happiness, that is. Sometimes the ego or the false self can give off this illusion of happiness, and Western medicine can give off the illusion of health, but true health and happiness go hand in hand. The model I'm about to show you is the only one I know that simultaneously increases your true happiness, your mental and physical health, and spiritual fulfillment. It is the ultimate quick guide on how to live your life. And in future videos, I'll be going into more detail. Now, each one of these aspects of life is far more changeable than you think. For example, recent research has now shown that it's actually possible to reverse your epigenetic or biological age. Now, while we probably can't reverse age forever, at least not with our current understanding of the world, it is truly possible to drastically slow down the aging process and feel younger and healthier. Also, many mental health conditions can be solved completely naturally. Mental health is a fast-growing problem in society today, and there's a reason this issue is increasing. Modern society creates a unnatural and toxic environment for human health. Unnatural societal constructs and our attachment to them cause extreme amounts of unnecessary mental stress. When you start working on your physical health, happiness, and spirituality, you'll realize that the attachment you have to these problems and negative emotions can fade away. So to keep things simple, and because all the aspects I mentioned earlier go hand in hand, so as one increases, the other increases, and vice versa, we can think of all aspects of health as one entity. So let's just call the combination of mental and physical health, happiness, and spirituality simply health. And we'll call the antagonist of health simply stress, because you'll find that anything that decreases any aspect of health is due to some type of chronic stress. Scientifically, it's the chronic release of cortisol, the stress hormone. So when overall health is high enough and stress is low enough, you're able to reverse your biological age, at least temporarily, and depression and anxiety can be completely eliminated. Extremely high health and extremely low stress is also the path to spiritual enlightenment. There's a reason why Buddhist monks, some of the most spiritually practiced people in the world, are also the healthiest. They are able to eliminate a lot of mental stress through spiritual practice. They also have a more natural physical lifestyle. As a result, they're considered some of the happiest people in the world. And they also have a much longer lifespan than the average person. So as you'll start to see, each aspect of health is connected. From a spiritual standpoint, the buildup of mental stress or negative thought is what fuels the ego, or the false self. And bad physical health can cause chemical brain imbalances that worsen mental health. Now in the opposite direction, spiritual practice can decrease mental stress, which can actually improve physical health by reducing the chronic release of the hormone cortisol. You'll find that health works like a feedback loop. Increasing health in one area increases it in the others. And then in turn, that increases it even more in the first area. You just have to make sure that the feedback loop is working in the right direction. And then you'll be moving towards true health and happiness, free from your attachment to stress. What we don't realize is that almost everything we do in society today causes this unnecessary chronic stress. The key is to limit this chronic stress as much as we can. Now, I encourage you not to trust me. Health is something that's very personal. Only you know your experience. Only you can be the judge of your own health. True health, that is. Doctors say that they can be the judge of your health, but only you can be the judge of your true health. I encourage you to just pay attention and experiment to become the best version of yourself. I do want to show you though what's worked for me. So let's list off some stress increasing things that I try to avoid, starting with the physical. Again, each of these physical things will have an effect on mental health and spiritual health as well. Chronic inflammation, inflammatory and processed foods, breathing polluted air, electromagnetic frequencies such as cell phone waves and Wi-Fi waves, unnatural chemical skin products, unnatural soaps and shampoos, fluoride in our drinking water, lack of sunlight, vitamin deficiencies, and essentially just anything unnatural. Now for the mental stresses. Again, each of these will have an impact on physical health and spiritual health as well. These mental stresses are unnatural mental processes created by the ego. Now these are tougher to fix, but arguably more important. Insecurities, restricted thought, closed-mindedness, self-hatred, putting up a false front, not being your true self, dishonesty, really anything that goes against your conscience or anything that harms others, fear of death. This is a huge one, but it's not a necessary one, which I'll explain in the next video. Now let's talk about the positive physical things that I like to work on. Each of these will increase your mental health and your spiritual health as well. Physical exercise, breathing exercises like the Wim Hof method, a whole food anti-inflammatory diet, proper supplementation, Fasting. Sunlight. Not too much though, but the average American gets way less sunlight than they should be. Vitamin D deficiency is one of the most common deficiencies there is, yet it's so important to our health. Drinking either bottled water or filtered water that filters out fluoride. Using only natural products on the skin. Wearing EMF protection, such as copper jewelry. Good posture, including good tongue posture. So, mewing, yoga, and stretching. Getting massages, and really anything else that's physically relaxing. Now, let's talk about the positive mental things that I try to do. These are part of the pure human experience, free from the attachment to the ego or false self. Being your true self, being completely open and honest, dropping that false front you have, either accepting or fixing insecurities. Self-improvement. Congratulations, if you're watching this video, you're on the right path. Open-minded philosophical thought and insight. Self-love. Sharing true knowledge to others. Helping others. Engaging in your purpose or your passions. Non-judgmental human-to-human interactions. And really anything else that you find mentally relaxing. And of course, this is a huge one, spiritual practice such as meditation. But guys, again, don't trust me. The only thing that you can truly trust is your own experience. That's the only thing that you truly know. So find out for yourself. This is the essence of the self-improvement process. Try things out and see how they affect you. Doing or not doing any one of these things is going to have an effect on your health. Now, you get to decide which to try first. You can tackle the physical, the mental, or the spiritual. It doesn't matter which aspect you start with, because they're all connected. It just matters that you start. Now, I'm positive if you truly embrace this model, soon you will be healthier, happier, and closer to spiritual enlightenment. I'll be making more videos in the future that get into more detail about some of these things to help you along the way. For example, tomorrow's video, where I help you get on the path to overcome your fear of death and to realize that it's just an illusion. So we'll see you here tomorrow.